So I want to talk a little bit about identity. As I was getting ready to leave work yesterday, I was in the locker room and I was thinking about who I choose to be. And, the thought came to me that that's what would be the topic of my next video, identity. I find, and the Lord has been dealing with me about it for a little bit, about identity crisis. And we hear talk about the world and how it's gotten really, really different and dangerous now. And I've gotten the understanding that it has a lot to do with the lack of identity. We don't really know who we are. And because we don't really know who we are, we try to fit into these different molds about who people think we should be. Even preparing for this video, I was worried about, should I wear my hair out? Should I wear my hair out? Whatever. I just got in from prior service, and I have my hat on, and I have I just came in from church, and I was thinking, like, how am I going to be viewed? Should I change my hair to seem a little bit more down to earth, a little less like a church girl? But that's a part of my identity. Part of who I am is a church girl, as a follower of Christ. A big part of who I am, probably the most important part of who I am, is a follower of Christ. And when we put on Christ, He changes our identity. And I think that's another reason why some people don't really want to become Christians or want to give their life to Christ, because they like where they are right now. And yeah, it's a sacrifice to serve the Lord, absolutely. You can't go everywhere. You can't do everything, but it's a sacrifice if you're out looking in. When you're living it doesn't feel like a sacrifice. It feels like, I love the Lord, so I'm gonna be who He wants me to be. If you think about it, when you if you get into a relationship with someone and they don't like this about you, they don't like that about you, not that they're changing you, bless God. If you get into a relationship with a girl, and gentlemen, if you get into a relationship with a girl and they don't like braids, slowly but surely, you're probably going to think about cutting your hair at some point. Like, oh, she doesn't like braids and I really like her. You're going to think about trimming your hair a little bit. You're going to think about shaving the mustache that she doesn't like. Bless God. You're going to think about, wearing green because that's her favorite color. You change these little things about yourself to comfort, to appease the one that you love, the one that you're falling in love with, the one that you have affection toward. And that's the same thing with Christ. Bless God. Ladies, you wear weave. If you wear a weave and you date a guy who likes natural hair, 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, if you really start liking this guy, you're gonna start taking them tracks out, girl, putting them down to the side, and you're gonna be talking about, oh, my black is beautiful, bless God, because you want to appease the one that you're with. And it's the same thing with Christ. He's not trying to change anything on the inside about you. He changes your mind. He changes the way you think, so that your mindset will become about pleasing Him. And in that, He shows you who you truly are. In that, He shows you, like, oh, bless God, maybe I do like this artist instead of that artist. This is nice. This is not bad. He changes those things about you. He does. He really, 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 truly does. He changes certain things about you. Maybe I don't like going to the club so much. And He makes you feel uncomfortable. Oh, it's like silly things. It'll be like, oh, one day you'll go, oh, it's a little stuffy in here. It's a little too crowded. I don't like the crowd. I don't like this type of music. I don't like the smell. Anything. Bless God. Just to get you to turn away. So it's not that today you say, Jesus, please take control of my life, and tomorrow you're a completely different person. It's not like that. He changes your heart. He changes your mind as you fall in love with Him. He gets into your heart. He's like, I don't even know what he is. He's like a cold that won't go away. The really bad colds that just stick within you. You always have a little bit of hoarse, or you always have that extra sniffle. That's who God is. He's like this. He just fall head over heels, madly in love, and you just don't. You want more and more and more and more and more and more and more. So, and to get that more, you have to give up this, give up that, give up this, give up that, and become who He's calling you to be. Bless God. This was not supposed to be a call you to Jesus video, but that's what it's turning into. Bless God, and let Him have His way. But that's what it is. And you know, when I was leaving my hometown and moving away, I said to my older sister at the time, I said, I'm so glad that I'm moving, because now I get to be whoever I want to be. I don't have to be who I am right now. And, you know, she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, nobody knows me where I'm going. Bless God, I don't have history with anyone that I'm going to be dealing with now. So I can be whoever I want to be. If I want to be a weird chick who doesn't talk to anybody, I can be that weird chick. If I want to be a bubbly girl who loves everybody and everything is bubble gum and gum traps, I can be that. Bless God. I don't have to be, I can be a Jamaican girl if I wanted to. Bless God, you know, I can be an island girl or punk rock girl. I can be whoever I wanted to be. Bless God. And it turned out that when I moved away, I became a Christian. Bless the name of Jesus. I love you so much, Father. You know, and it's amazing. It really is. And, you know, I go to like public areas. I guess I'm not a stalker, but I enjoy, you know, looking at people when they don't know that you're watching them. That's very interesting to me, because I think a layer falls off. You know, when you know somebody's watching, you kind of put on this mask to be like, okay, let's, you know, keep everything in cues. You don't want to do anything super embarrassing so they laugh at you or anything like that. But when you don't know that anyone's watching, the layer falls off. The mask falls off. At least a part of it. Bless God. Because, of course, you still got to keep an image. You're not, like, at home by yourself. But a layer falls off. And it's all interesting to see someone relax into themselves. And, you know, when I look around, like I was at the mall the other day doing my last minute Christmas shopping. And as I looked around, you could see that people were slightly uncomfortable. You know, and not uncomfortable as if they're being like awkward or weird, just slightly uncomfortable. You could see it, or I could see it at least, that, you know, we're never truly comfortable sitting in our own skin. That's because we don't know who we are, you know. And I think it's true for all of us. For all of us. And it's not I think it's a bad thing. I think it's just an amazing thing when you begin to realize it. You begin to come into your own. You know, I started a new job recently, and when I was there, you know, a few guys tried to say, hey, what's up, and whatever. And I found myself saying, hey, I'm not the girl for you. You know, I found myself thinking about it in my mind, like, no, I don't think so. Because I know who I am. And I understand who I'm becoming. Bless God. And I understand that, you know, certain things is just like, no, you don't want to come here. Because how can two walk alike except they be agreed? Bless God. And if we're not compatible, we're not compatible. But I have to know who I am, so that if I'm going to hook up with you, I need to know who I am, so I can know if you're a good fit for me or not. And I know that we never really know opposites attract and that whole 10 things, but there's certain things that I'm just not. I know, it's like a mile away, no, we're not going to work, you know. But that's all through Christ. That's all through Jesus. That's all through His love for us. You know, He had a plan in mind when He thought about you. He thought about you, and He had a plan in mind. Before your mama met your daddy, He had a plan for you. He knew who you were. He knew what you would do, and He knew you would turn out to be. Bless God. And, you know, for some of us, I think He's just waiting for us to say, Father, please show me who I am. So that's what I'm saying on tonight. Lord, please show me who I am. And it's a difficult thing, of course. You know, and some of you might be going, oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I know who I am. You know, I'm secure in who I am. Bless God. And if you are, I'm happy for you. But there's some people out here that are like me, and it takes the Lord to show us who we are, to open our understanding to why I think like this. Lord, why do I feel like this in certain situations? Bless God, why am I awkward most of the time? You know, who am I? What is my purpose? Why am I here? Bless God. So, you know, I just hope that it blesses you a little bit. Like I said, I do ramble a lot, but there's a point, you know, and Jesus loves you. I love you.